Last video of the season. I'll be putting up Halloween decorations today, and um, after that, we'll just harvest stuff and then pull plants out and pull a lot of weeds and be gone until next spring. Here's Lily. She's being a blue cow. And here's that weird pumpkin that's really on a dead vine, and it's not rotting, it's ripening very slowly. Little tiny pumpkin. We're still getting a fair number of these uh, bush baby squash. The thing about bush baby squash that I learned this year is they keep very nicely if you put them on a kitchen counter, not touching anything else. But if you put them in plastic, they will discolor. So, a thing to know. I don't know if they're usable or not when they discolor. I haven't tried it yet, but I have a few that are like overripe, but they're not soft at all. And over here is the biggest pumpkin, biggest jack-o'-lantern pumpkin I think I've ever grown. It's just barely starting to ripen. You're seeing a little bit of lightening of the green on the top. This must be 25 pounds. It's as big as the neighbor's pumpkin. He grew a pumpkin plant from a seed to a pumpkin that I gave him last year, and he's got one almost that big. So I think it's bigger, in fact. So we're going to have, I can't use the word great. How about incredible pumpkin? We have one. This I'm going to throw away. This is a summer dance cucumber, but of course that's no good. Yeah, that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be my jack-o'-lantern this year. The ginormous pumpkin. Let's see if we got anything else. We got a few black ones out here. And here is actually traced back to a red warty thing. Now, I'm doing it again. Bunch of warts plant. I should grow that red warty thing next year. I got it on the brain. Bunch of warts. That's doing nicely. The thing, since they usually don't have warts, the way I've been able to tell them apart once I pick them is that the bunch of warts pumpkins have stems that wilt and become very, very thin and weak. And jack-o'-lanterns have a big, hardy looking stem. And jack-o'-lanterns are bigger, usually. This year I've gotten a lot of small ones, but that's because of the heat and the rain. Not rain. We did have a storm early this morning, but it was the first rain in a couple of weeks. And it was darn cold before that, and now it's hot again, and it's going to get a little bit more seasonal next week, and it's crazy. So here's another. I'm thinking this is a jack-o'-lantern. Wait a minute, where's the vine coming from? Might be a bunch of warts. There's another one there, it hasn't opened yet. Since we aren't having frost yet, I'm going to leave the vines in the ground, even if they look dead. But of course, these plants are very sensitive to frost. That's a midnight, a black pumpkin. So the moment we have frost in the forecast, everything's coming out. But in the meantime, I'll just let them grow. I think I'm going to have, it's getting difficult to remember now because I've given several pumpkins away, but about 20 midnight pumpkins And here's the big guy again from another angle. Yeah, that's going to be a big guy. Wow. I don't think I've ever grown a jack-o'-lantern that big. Anyway, and I'd say about 15 to 18, well, maybe just 15 bunch of warts and jack-o'-lanterns, which until now I haven't been able to tell apart. So yeah, take a look in the garage and see what we've got harvested. Okay, this is a bunch of warts here. It's probably the biggest one I got, and a couple little jack-o'-lantern and bunch of warts there. You can tell by the difference in the stem there. There's a good, nice stem and a nasty stem. More bunch of warts here. One with actual warts, that's the only one. And here's a jack-o'-lantern. You can tell by the stem and the shape. See the different stem there? And she's still in here today, but she will be out of here shortly. And what else do we have? Dun, dun, dun. Took some summer stuff down. There, my little wind chime. And over here, bunch of warts. Very rough surface on this, but no warts. And here, jack-o'-lantern. This was a nice big one that is ripening in the garage. Okay, what else do we have? We have another nice big one. We got about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big jack-o'-lanterns. And these are the little midnights here. About 20 of these. And one Lumina. Now I know I never grew them again after decades ago. And these are both, this is a jack-o'-lantern, I think, and this is a bunch of warts here. Because again, it's got that rough surface, but no warts. And here, midnight and midnight. So, yeah, that is it for the garden this year. And I will show you my Halloween decorations, and then we'll see you next year after that. Talk to you later.
One thing.
One last thing I forgot. As you know, I was spraying that potassium and dish soap on the garden, and was doubtful that it would keep working for very long. I haven't done it since last month. Never got around to it this month. And I'm just now getting my first powdery mildew cases here. So, and those are on, I think they're on the leaves of the plants that was supposed to be powdery mildew resistant. But still, this is incredibly late in the season for the plants not to have powdery mildew. So, there you go. Yeah, there's some powdery mildew going on. I'm not going to do anything about it at this point. Life is life, and it is what it is. So, okay, I'll see you next time.